Well, hello, my fellow jewelers. Now, usually I do tutorials. I do jewelry making tutorials, whether it's resin, whether it's beaded, but there's times I just want to make jewelry for myself or make jewelry for somebody else. And I'm like, why not bring you guys along? Why not just hang out with you guys? Like you would go hang out with somebody, one of your friends, and have coffee, or go and hang out at someone's house. And so I just thought you could make some jewelry with me. And today I am making this beaded braided bracelet. Say that 5 times fast with those B's. Now, I've already made this bracelet in another video making a tutorial. So if you want to know step by step how to make it, I'll put a link in the description below. You can check that out. But this is just you and me hanging out while I make me some bracelet. All right, guys. So before we get started, make sure you subscribe my channel. Click that bell, get notifications so you can know when I upload more videos. So I'm excited to make beaded jewelry. I'm excited for you to come along with me. So you and me, let's get this beaded braided party started. So I've been really excited to make this bracelet. I've made it on a video before and then I gave it away. And so now I'm like, hey, I want one for me, or I might give it away again. And so I am going to get these beads. So these beads, I love just the color, right? Like I love all the different colors. I love how in one strand you can get such a variation, and then I can hand pick the what I want. I think that should be good. I just did 2 of the strands. If I need more, I have more. I'm just gonna make like 8 inches. I'm gonna make each strand 8 inches because as you braid it, then it kind of shrinks up. And so with your wrist, you're gonna want it to be a bit bigger, the strand, than you normally would to put on your wrist. And so make sure that you're giving yourself a lot of room to do that braid because it'll shrink up. I love jewelry making. My life is pretty crazy. And so when I can get in and just put some jewelry pieces together, it's just like this peace to me and this joy to me. And so I was like, why not bring you guys along on that? And we'll just like, instead of having coffee, we'll make some jewelry together. And so I love just piecing together a jewelry piece. I love that it doesn't take long. For me, jewelry pieces take about 30 minutes to an hour, even less. Like sometimes you've seen some of my videos. I made a necklace in like 5 minutes. And so I don't have a long attention span. And so jewelry has been like the perfect outlet for creativity for me. So if it's jewelry piece that takes me like the same step over and over and over again for like an hour, I really don't like to make it because I get really bored of it. I have a very short attention span. I actually have ADD or ADHD because I have dyslexia. They kind of go hand in hand for some people, and it does for me. And so the fact that I don't have a long attention span, jewelry making is perfect for me. And so I love that I can make a whole thing in less than an hour. My husband, on the other hand, he knits. And those knittings take days, take hours. He tried to teach me how to knit when we were first married, and I couldn't do it, wasn't interested. And the fact that it would take me hours and days, I knew I would never finish anything, not even a sock or a hat. So I was so grateful when my mother-in-law introduced me to beads. Now, she has never made jewelry in her whole life, but she thought since all of us girls were coming together, I was coming back on vacation, we were going to go hang out. She thought, let's do something fun together. So she bought all these beads and she thought we'd just all sit down and just make jewelry. And no one ever did. But I sat down and I decided to fiddle and I never stopped. And so I am so grateful for my mother-in-law who said, let's make some jewelry together. And she gave me all the beads that she bought and stuff. It was so fun. I just love it. God just knew I needed that to jumpstart me because I never would have on my own. So I wanted 8 inches and we are nowhere near it. So I got a long ways to go. I got a long ways to go in this sucker. I like having you guys here. I can just talk and hang out and maybe not, you guys can drink coffee. Shoot, we can have some coffee with Des, but I don't drink coffee, so I'm gonna be doing some jewelry. So the first one is usually the hardest for me, attention-wise, because I'm just like, how much longer, how much longer, how much longer? But then I like to measure the other 2. The other 2 I'm gonna measure it against it. So usually the first one, it's like, is it there yet? Is it here yet? Is it there yet? But then the second 2, it usually goes pretty fast. And so I'm going to put a couple more on. Doesn't need to be exact. This is not science. It's not baking, you need to be exact. It's not exact. So now we're gonna put the ends on. We're gonna put our clamshells on. Super easy. We're just going to grab, first we need the clamshell like that. And then we're going to grab the crimping beads. I use the smallest crimping bead. I use a 2mm crimping bead, smallest crimping bead. And then I'm going to crimp it at the very end where it's flush to the end. Like it, well, a little bit. Okay, I lied. A little bit hanging off of there, just like that. Just like that. Bring up the crimping bead. I'm going to get my gel glue. Y'all know how I'm obsessed with gel glue and not liquid because I get it on my hands all the time. I need some gel. So I got some gel glue. Just a little dab, or it's going to squeeze out of there and it will not be good. And then we're just going to squeeze this sucker. We're going to bring it together like this. Ooh, good. Look at that. None of the glue came out. That is perfect. Perfect. And now the hard part is the other side. The other side is not my favorite part, but you got to do it, right? You got to do the hard stuff. So cut this off like this. I'm going to put my spool to the side. I'm going to, my little trick I've learned is that to leave my strand in a U shape, because with wire, if you do it too loose, you have gaps. If you do it too tight, it doesn't bend properly. So I find that if I leave it in a loop like this, then it's not too tight, not too loose. It's just right. Just like the Goldilocks. Not too tight, not too small, not too big, just right. Not too hot, not too cold, just right. So here's the tricky part. I need my long nose pliers. I keep them around because I need them for crimping the bead inside my clamshell. Okay, I have it. I've made contact. Make sure it's in a loop. And then I'm gonna crimp it. Squish it, I say, but it's really crimping. You're really crimping because it's a crimping bead, right? You crimp it. Okay. Looks good. Yes. Now I need my glue again. Need my glue again. Gonna glue it like so. Like so. And then I'm gonna cut really close. Okay. Then I'm gonna get the right one. There we go. Is that not, ooh, please say it's not too tight, not too, ooh, okay, no gap. You gotta check. You gotta check for the gaps. You gotta check to see if it's too tight, you gotta start over. If it's too loose and there's too big a gap, you gotta start over. It's really annoying. But if you do it, the U-shape technique I just showed you, mwah, you got yourself a masterpiece. So I gotta make 2 more strands like that. So I want to thank all my viewers so much for the response you gave for my really hard video I did, the video of I've been struggling lately. Your responses have blessed me, have made me cry, have made me feel just encouraged. And thank you for being so sensitive during this time of the struggle, just the grieving we've been going through, the struggle we've been going through. I just want to thank you so much for all your guys' response. I've never had so many comments in my video. It was crazy. And so just thank you guys so much for being so supportive and loving and sweet and kind. And it really meant a lot to me that you understood and that you guys were praying for me and that, yeah, your encouragement and stuff. So I just had to say thank you. Thank you so much. Tell me if you're liking this video. Oh my goodness. Comment below. I want to know if you're like, yeah, Des, I'd like to jewelry with you more. Or Des, just teach us how to do it. We don't care. We don't want to sit with you and bead with you. I'd like to know. I'd really like to know. I know I can be boring because I just kind of sit here quietly humming to myself. I actually usually I turn on music or I turn on a teaching. I like to learn more about the Bible. I like to learn more about God. And so I usually do a teaching during this time. But I was like, hey, why don't you guys come with me and do this with me? Ooh, so fun. So fun. And if you have questions, you go to my other video that I did this on and pick up the details and pick up the things that you missed. Because I'm not teaching everything, I'm just doing fun stuff with you. So the next step, we're just going to get our clamshell and then our crimping bead like so. And I am going to crimp like this and then glue it. I mean, it's just repetition. Jewelry making is seriously repetition. Once you learn the techniques, it's just repetition after repetition. And then your mind can go wild with different color beads, or maybe just slightly a different technique or a different variation. Like jewelry making, once you get the technique down, it's really easy and fun to make a lot of things. I almost feel like it's the same way with making cake. We're gonna squish this. Ooh, none of the glue came out. I almost feel like it's like making cake, right? Like once you learn the techniques and you learn like how to layer and how to frost and do all this stuff, like your mind can go wild and you can make all these different kinds of cakes and variations. I feel it's the same with jewelry making. I feel like it's just learning the techniques and then going hog wild with your imagination, or with Pinterest, because Pinterest gives me a lot of inspiration. You feeling me? And then we're going to put the clasp on the clamshell. And we're going to put the crimping bead. Now we got my long nose pliers on this side. This side, yeah, my technique, right? Haha, sorry. Okay, ooh, that's good, because it made the great U shape. And then we're going to cut. I'll take care of you. Can I tell you, as we're making joy together, I used to watch musicals all the time. I used to be a huge musical fan. My dad got me in on it, and I would just quote musicals all the time. And so I'll start busting out a song. Sometimes I think life is a song and I'll just start busting out in song. Okay. I really want to know in these videos, like there's some jewelers I have noticed that don't fast forward through any of it. Like don't fast forward, and that drives me nuts, especially when I'm trying to teach something, right? Because I just want to just tell me the parts I need to know. But would you, because I'm probably going to fast forward in this video, would you want me not to fast forward and just to kind of hang out with me and talk to me? Well, you would comment back. But would you not want me to fast forward through these times that we spend time together just making jewelry? Like, you tell me. I want to know if you would want me to fast forward or if you just want me to just play it through and we'd have 20 to 30 minutes of video. That's crazy. That'd be crazy not to edit. That'd be really crazy. I'm so used to editing. Okay. Oh my gosh. I think I was talking so long that I went too far. Y'all are distracting me. Let's finish this last one up. We're almost to the good part. Well, my favorite part, honestly. I don't know what your favorite part is of this whole thing, but my favorite part is getting to where we can actually put it together. That's exciting to me. That makes me happy. This stuff, I'm like, I got to do this to get. So what we're going to do is you're doing this with me. So we're going to open our jump ring like so. And then we're going to put them all on this big jump ring. Someone asked me how big this jump ring is. I do believe, I could be wrong, I stink at measuring in millimeters, but I believe it's a 10 millimeter jump ring. Like this. And now we're gonna braid. We're just gonna braid it. This is the fun part. This is the part I've been looking forward to this whole time. So now we're going to braid. I'm gonna put this right there so it doesn't move. Gonna go, see, it moved. It moved. Okay, and go like this, and go like this. And we're just gonna braid it. I can't braid hair, but I can braid jewelry. Like that. Oh, it's so pretty. See, this is my favorite part. And I always get excited. You don't see me during the boring parts of the video. This is the exciting part, and you see me get excited because I'm excited about this. Okay. So we're going, that thing is holding it. I'll just use my long nose pliers and I'll do this. Now you have to get in the right order. This has to be, I'm going to scoot this up. This has to be in the right order. So this is first, second, third, right? It has to, because if you don't get in the right order, it's going to look wonky. You like that word wonky? So it needs to get in the right order. Get the right angle. Yes. We did it. We did it, y'all. We did it. Y'all, I did live in the South for 4 years. I lived in the South for 4 years and loved it. I love the South. South, I love you. I mean, I love the U.S. Okay, I just had to jump back on here and say I braided it much tighter, like so much tighter. And I like the look so much better and it shortened up a lot more. And so I would totally tighten it more. Like, you want to braid a lot more. I barely braided, but then I was like, I gotta braid a lot more. And so when I did, I like the look better. I like how it's on my wrist more. And so I would just recommend, if you're making it, to braid it as much as you can and as tight as you can. Oh my goodness. This is the part I get really excited about because it's coming together. Okay, so now we want to put the clasp on. And honestly, you only need to put the clasp on one side. So we're just putting, and I got hair there. We're just putting a jump ring on and then a clasp on. And then we're going to close up the clasp and we have, oh, not yet, not yet. Don't do a gap. Oh, look at this. Oh my goodness. It's so pretty. Okay. Also, I may have made it a little bit long, but I can fix it later. Oh, isn't that pretty? I love the braided look, but it's so pretty. All right, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Oh gosh, I'm shaking y'all. Thank you so much for tuning in. Comment, share, like. Let me know if you like to make jewelry with me and just hang out as I make jewelry. I'll do other videos of tutorials and stuff, but let me know. So I'll catch you on the next one right here. Go check them out. Bye.